Guys, it's Cash, and today is November 30th. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I just got off work at Chili's about an hour ago, and I do work a double today, so I'm going to shower and upload this video and go back to work at 5 o'clock. So, yeah, I actually took this video for you last Saturday, but I uploaded it last night actually onto YouTube, and I started watching it, and I just realized that the video quality was so shit that you couldn't even see anything about me that had changed. Like obviously you can tell, but it was really dark around everything, and it was just really bad. So I took it down, and I'm redoing it right now because I have the time to. So, and it's November 30th. That makes me 1 year, 6 months, and 2 weeks on T, exactly. Yeah, because my anniversary date is the 14th of May, so I'm nearing 2 years because, I'm only a year and a half, but still, I'm going closer that way. So, it doesn't honestly seem like so much time has passed. It's kind of crazy to think that I'm a year and a half on T, and, looking back and being like, oh man, I'm 6 months on T, this is so cool. And now I'm a year and a half, and I'm like, wow, a lot of my life has gone by in such a short amount of time. I've done so much for myself and with myself that, I feel like I've aged a lot more. So it doesn't feel like it's been a year and a half, but it also does at the same time. With that being said, I haven't updated YouTube at all about my top surgery coming up. It had been in the works for about 5 months, 6 months, so from about the time I was a year on T is when I really started thinking about top surgery and trying to get the ball rolling. So in May of this year, I was contacted by Kamisha, who is the founder of Transient Apparel. She reached out to me and another guy, Bobby, and offered to let us be their first funding partner. So Bobby and I, ended up becoming really close. He's like an older brother to me. He's just a really good friend. Along with Kamisha and everybody else that is a part of Transient Apparel right now. Since May we've gone through, a lot of changes with the company, but lately it's just been going so much better. And I'm really excited to continue working with them. That being said, Bobby and I were planning to actually have our top surgery today, a few months ago, and that's what we had originally picked on as a date. But we weren't able to actually schedule it with doctors, because for one, it was just too soon for us. We weren't going to be able to fund it, and to schedule everything the way it is now, it just wouldn't have worked right here. So Bobby and I are having top surgery both in Florida, January 17th of 2017. He is going to Dr. Garamoni, and I myself am going to Sasani, and we will both be staying at New Beginnings Retreat from the 16th to the 24th. We got really lucky and ended up booking New Beginnings about right in time for it to be fully booked now. So if anybody out here on YouTube sees my video and will be staying at New Beginnings Retreat in that week, please let me know. I'd love to get in touch with you. I'm going to be working on a video for my top surgery experience and with other people. It's possible that some of it will actually be filmed and document into a documentary kind of thing with Transcendence Icon Company. So I'm really excited about that. We both have our pre-op appointments on the 16th, surgery on the 17th, and our chest reveals on the 23rd. So the way we were able to set it up was actually way better to do it in January than it was to do it now. So I'm really excited. At the same time, it will be my first time ever going under the knife, so I'm extremely nervous for that. But it's going to be such an eye-opening moment for me in my life that I really just I can't let the nerves get the best of me and freak me out, because I know it's going to be totally worth it, and honestly I'm going to be totally fine. So yeah, top surgery's coming up. I've been working my ass off to save up for that. I've been working 2 jobs for the last 4 months, almost 4 months, 3.5 months now, and I have managed to actually raise over $7,000 in that 3.5 months with how much I've worked. So, safely for me, I'm not worried about my surgery. I am able to get it funded. I won't go into details because I know that everybody's funding is different and there's no need to put everybody's out there. And the thing is, a lot of us get our surgeries funded through insurance or companies or, people donate to us, and a lot of us work for it. And I ended up being one where I worked the majority of the amount for myself, and I had some given to me from a clothing company. And for that, I am extremely grateful. But when it comes down to insurance, great. Like, if I could have had my insurance cover it, I most definitely would have, because nobody likes stressing themselves out so much over something that is supposed to make them feel free. So insurance is different, but for me personally, when I see other trans guys go and have all of their money practically donated to them from other people, and they don't actually try to go and, one, get it covered by insurance, because either way you're paying your insurance for these kinds of things. Like, it's not like it's completely free. You're not covered for free. And people donate to them as in friends or admirers or followers, stuff like that. When somebody gets their surgery completely funded, for me, it just feels like I lose a little respect for the actions that they're taking, because that's something that you're supposed to do for yourself. It's not supposed to be given to you. It's supposed to be worked for. And it's the shitty thing about saying that is, being born trans, it shouldn't have to be such a struggle to be able to live freely and comfortably in your own body to whatever standard you want your body to be. That's not what I'm saying. It's just not fair to a lot of guys who have to put in 10 times more effort than others do, because of how they're looked at. So that's all I really have to say about it. I'm just glad that I have done this for myself, and it's going to feel even that much more relieving to get it off my chest. Good one. So, year and a half on T, there has been an extreme amount of changes. I look back at my photos from day one on T, and I don't recognize that person. Like, it doesn't look like that was ever me. Like, my face is just, like, completely changed. My body, like, mentally who I am. I look back, and it's like a complete 360 for me personally. So, like, my hair has gotten super duper thick. It's super, super long right now. But it has gotten a lot thicker, but also curly when it's gotten thicker. And my hairline's receded and, like, evened out more. It's not like, it's like a straighter edge, not just so like outlined. It's like nice and even and straightened up, and my hair works easier with me. It's easier to train it to go certain ways. With my hair being so long right now, I really usually just wear a hat because these curls are crazy. And the top is super long. Now, the night before surgery, I am going to shave my head, though. Not, like, completely bald, but I am going to buzz cut it down back to what I did. I think I go to, like, a 3 or a 5. So I'm excited for that. But it's definitely changed my hair. I don't notice my hair gets super greasy, though, thank God. I don't get super oily, and I don't get super, like, greasy hair. None of that. I also never really dealt with any acne. I don't know how my hair looks right now. But yeah, I never really dealt with acne. I get stress sits, but I get them, like, on my hairline and, like, a couple right here. But they're never, like, big, red, like, noticeable zits. They're, like, almost under my skin, just like a bump. I don't know. It's weird. I'm thankful for it. Can't complain. So yeah, but I did get more on my chest. It's still small, white heads. Nothing, like, huge, major. And I really don't get anything on my back. So that's a good thing. But I have gotten more hair everywhere, and that's why it's weird sometimes that I didn't get any more acne, because of how much hair I did get. My arms, like, working from my arms down, it's still lighter up here, but it's gotten thicker here. It's more recently starting to darken. Now, really quick, I was actually off of T for almost a month this last month, because my endocrinologist previously retired in August, and when she retired, she didn't schedule me with, like, a new doctor. She just let me fend for myself. So I'd attempted to get a hold of Rockwood, and I absolutely hate this office. If I didn't have to go there, I wouldn't go there. But they're the only endos that deal with testosterone in the area. So I tried to get a new doctor. I tried to call in and schedule something. Nothing ever came about. They would never call me back. Nothing. They had all the notes from everything, but nothing went through. So I was quite irritated. So all of a sudden, I go to call my pharmacy and I'm like, hey, I need to refill my prescription, da da da, and they tell me after a couple minutes that I don't even have any more refills, so I don't have a prescription to back it, and I have no refills because I had previously already gotten the 2 extra off that prescription of like redoing my refills. So I ended up not having any tea. So I had a vial that had some in it, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait another week and let Rockwood call me back. I'll take my shot next week. I'll just go back to every other week for right now. And then they ended up calling me back halfway through the next week, and I was like, okay, well, then they tell me they can't get me in to an actual doctor until February 13th. But right now in November is the time I have to do my blood work for a year and a half on T. So I get my blood work done. She fucks up my vein. It's just a shit show. They didn't even send my lab work over when they said they did 3 days ago or 3 days before. And so I was super frustrated. And they ended up telling me that I was just going to have to come in once a week or whenever to get my shots at the office until I can see a doctor. And I'm like, okay, this is fucking great. I'm already going to have to be off T for a month around surgery. Now I'm off T, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to get to Spokane every week for 1 shot. So I take that little part in my vial, and I end up only having 0.1. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I take the 1, I'm like, whatever, I'll deal with it. Ended up not getting to take a shot for almost another 2 weeks. And finally I reached out to my roommate and I said, dude, if I could get a shot from you as soon as I get my prescription back, I will give you a vial or something. Like, I will work it out to repay you this shot, because we both get 2 vials at a time. That lasts us a prescription of 3 weeks. So, it's not like I'm illegally using testosterone, but I did ask my roommate for a shot and he gave me one. And then my roommate actually ended up leaving town, not being able to come back with car issues, and he left his T here, so I was able to take another shot yesterday, because it was a week since I had taken that previous shot, so I have been on T again for the last 2 weeks. Now, the reason I said all that is because my hair had been coming in really thick and nice, like on my face especially, and my arms, and it even came up my thighs more. But then once I started not taking my testosterone, it all basically halted. Like, I had been using a beard oil, and it had been helping a lot, and then I was off of T, and it seemed to only help what was there. It wasn't helping anything else come in. So the testosterone definitely put off a lot of hair growth, but over the last 2 months now, I have noticed a lot more on my arms than like a year on T. A year on T, I was getting a lot more hair, but it was still light. It was just like getting thicker, and now everything is getting a little darker. So like my face as well, I get a lot more fuzz, but it gets dark quick, not stays like blonde for 3 months. So that's nice. My stomach and my chest and my stomach, haha. I shaved my chest like a month ago, and it's only starting to come in like more recently, like the last week or 2. I'm noticing it, and I'm glad, because I don't think that I was going to get much chest hair pre-surgery. I mean, I've always had like hair around my nipples and across my chest. Like, I've just always had hair, especially a happy trail before T, and I still don't get much up here, but I get a shit ton down here, which I really love. Personally, my stomach hair just makes me super happy. I won't really ever be one to shave it unless I'm like a burly bear. But after surgery is when I hope that my chest hair comes in. Now, if it comes in a weird pattern, that's when I just start shaving everything to match, because it would just be weird. And I don't mind my like body to be shaved, but personally, not having top surgery and like being able to go around with it, like, I didn't like it as much. So yeah, my thigh hair is connected more, but I still have patches where my pants rub more that it doesn't grow in. Like, there's a couple spots on my calves, and there's a couple spots on my thighs and on the backs, but the backs are thicker hair than the top is, so that's kind of weird. But I still have weird like patches on my legs where it doesn't grow in very well. I have noticed that it's gotten a lot darker, and it's a little thicker still coming up my like bottom of my leg, but around my knee more, it's like filling in. But it's still nothing crazy. Like, I know a lot more guys on T that have been on T like for less amount of time, and they have so much leg hair and like body hair that's ridiculous. And I'm kind of glad that mine's going at the rate that it is, because like, I don't mind the body hair. I was kind of looking forward to it, but for it to come in like evenly over time is better than it to just hit me all at once. That would kind of suck. So yeah. Other than that, my muscles have like, I don't know, I feel like my muscles are more pronounced now. I went through a stage on T where I like continued to eat a lot and a lot and a lot, because pre-T I was like a human garbage disposal, and being on T like doubled that. But I've noticed being over a year on T, my appetite has definitely like gone back, and I'm okay with that. My metabolism has not changed at all, but my appetite, like, I don't have as much of an appetite anymore. It's weird. Like, I can eat, but I know I don't eat as much as I probably should have, or I should. And that's caused me to lose a little bit of weight, but I'm still able to fluctuate, changing it from fat to muscle, and like evening everything. So I definitely am able to build muscle quicker and easier. It's more pronounced now, and I've been trying to like eat a little healthier. So if I'm not going to eat as much, I'd rather eat healthier than shitty, because then it's just going to make me feel shitty. So I at least give myself enough to have the energy and the capacity to keep going, because since I work 2 jobs, I can't keep getting sick and feeling crappy all the time. Now my second job is actually coming to an end on the 5th of December, because I need about a month before surgery to chill because of how much I worked myself, and I was getting sick, and I was overly tired and sleeping for way too long at periods that I wasn't working. So yeah, I was really pushing myself too hard. So I'm actually quitting one job. Not sure if I'll go back afterwards, just because I really don't want to work in restaurants anymore. I'm really over food service, and Winco's given me an awesome position, so I think I'm just going to keep that and go back after surgery instead of Chili's. So yeah, as you guys have noticed, that my voice has definitely changed. It's definitely dropped, quite a bit since a year on T. This is just me normally talking. I notice sometimes when I'm talking faster at work, I'll talk in a little bit higher of a voice like this, but it just depends on who I'm talking to. It's more at work. Yeah, so I have like a deep voice, but like I can go high and I can also go really low if I really want. So it all just depends, but normally talking, this is how it is. My Adam's apple definitely gotten quite big. My neck muscles, I feel like, are very noticeable. That's just me. I like it. My collarbones definitely popped out a little more. Like, just my body structure, my shoulders have broadened, and like, I don't know, the way they're set feels different. My legs, I feel, have bowed a little bit, so the way I stand, I notice on my feet, like, it just feels different. I walk a little differently now, just because of how my body's like moved and shifted. So yeah, it's been nice, because I always felt like my legs curved in more pre-T, and now they kind of bow out a little, so that's a lot nicer for my confidence. So yeah, like, physically, I feel like a lot of things are noticeable that have changed, but it just kind of like, I still look back, it just doesn't seem like things, sometimes it feels like things didn't change, but then when I look back, I realized how much they have, and it's really awesome to look at and like feel confident in the way I look now, and like think that I thought I was confident and like thought I looked good back then, but I think about it now and I'm like, I'm so much happier now. Like, I didn't just like start T. I started T for me. Like, I didn't start T because like, oh, it's gonna be fun. Like, da da da. Like, I wouldn't be here if I didn't start testosterone when I did. Like, that's the scary thing for me, is that, and the honest raw truth is that, at the rate my life was going, if I was not able to be on testosterone to the point that I am now, I probably wouldn't be here. Like, I was at such a low period of my life when I started that this was basically what saved my life. I was like, okay, I have to do this for myself, and as scary as it's going to be worth it, because I'm going to be happy, and I have made myself happy, and that is what I'm glad that testosterone has done for me. It's made me happy. It's made me like myself. I love myself now. Pre-T, I know that I was living a false life. Like, I was living a very unhappy, miserable, terrible, gross life, and now it's good. So mentally, that's the gist of it, is that I was very unhappy before I started T, and the way my thought process is now, and how I've calmed down and been able to relax and be more understanding and open-minded, and patient. That is what I think has done the best for me, is mentally realizing that I have to have some patience and I have to keep pushing, and there are certain things that I have to do for myself that even if I don't want to, they're going to be worth it. So learning that over being on T, and relatively growing up on my own without any parental guidance. Personally, I feel like I turned out pretty well. And I know I've still got a long ways to go, but I've done a lot for myself that a lot of people don't, and I'm proud of this person that I've become. So I thank testosterone a lot for that. Knowing that I have so much to look forward to now with surgery and my life and my happiness. That's what keeps me going. And the fact that I have so many people behind me supporting me, all of you guys out there, it absolutely means the world to me. And, I really couldn't keep doing it, if I didn't have people telling me and showing me hey, I know you're having a hard time, but look how far you've came. You need to remember that, this isn't it. So, and I think those people and just anybody who has been there for me and supported me and kept me going, it has really meant the world to me. So I can definitely say that my life right now is going a lot better than it was 6 months ago even, and testosterone has had a lot to do with that, and the people in my life that I have now have had a lot to do with that. So I will be posting a couple more videos in the next couple months that will be of me and Bobby and me and Jet. We'll be doing some surgery comparisons and talking about self-care, and we'll talk about the differences between doctors and everything, so that people can have some advice out there and information out there in case that they're looking for a doctor of certain kinds. So definitely stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're interested. Keep watching my videos. I am looking actually to invest in editing my videos soon. I know I said that in my other video. I think it was my year on T video, because I've done multiple videos since that one, but they just never worked to be updated. And I want to start making my videos a little bit more dialed in on what I'm supposed to be talking about, because I know that I just rant on these, which, that's just the person I am. I talk a lot. This is me. But I just like to be able to put this out there so that, people can reach out and know that they always have somebody to talk to, and that they're not alone. And if they have gone through certain things in their lives and they just want to talk about it and they just need an open ear, I'm always here. I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and it's made me a better person today. And, I want to be able to share these things in my life that are going on, just in hopes that someone else out there knows that they're not alone too. Because, I once felt that way, and I don't anymore, because, people have helped me, and there's people that help you. So I make these videos for me. I really do, because I want to be able to look back and see how far I've came. It makes me happy to put my life out there and share it with you guys, so that if people need me, they can come to me. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be some superstar on YouTube and the world's hottest trans guy. It has nothing to do with that. I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not. I just want to put these out there for information, and somebody to just chill, look back at a video. I know a lot of people don't watch all my videos all the way through, because by the end of them I'm talking about nothing. But at the same time, this video just comes down to, I'm happy. I want to show you guys that I'm happy, and I want to show you guys it's possible to be happy as well. So just know that you're not alone out there, and things do get better. You gotta put in the work for yourself and make it happen, and it will. So yeah, these kombuchas, they are so good. It's the Townshend's Tea Company. I get them from Costco, but they're one of my favorite. They're really flavorful, but they're just, I don't know, they're super good for you. I just love that. So yeah, if anybody watched this video all the way through, thank you. I know people don't. Hell, I don't even sometimes. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to get this uploaded for you guys now, and I appreciate all your support. So stay tuned for more. Thanks. Bye.